All right, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Okay, so we're going to actually start over here with IWM, and I am going to point out you had a hammer candlestick yesterday. You came over here to DIA. You also have a hammer candlestick on QQQ and SPY. You currently do have a hammer forming on the daily, but what I do want to point out is that you had a hammer over here on ES and NQ. And if you ask me, NQ does not look too bad. You literally just came down here, you held the support from all the way back when, and now you are kind of just in this rectangle looking shape. Does look like a double bottom is carving out. So if you come over here to QQQ, you can use this level. You can pay attention to this, which is going to be 362.95. That is the high of this candlestick. That is going to be your double bottom, your ugly double bottom neckline. If you break above there, you likely go straight to 369. That is what I'm paying attention over here on QQQ. And then on SPY, you do also have this ugly double bottom kind of look, and you didn't come down to the 200 DMA like I did expect. But if you come over here to ES, you did almost hit the 200 DMA. So that is pretty much, that's pretty spot on. I do think a lot of buyers are going to be stepping in there. I don't know what there is to be bearish about in these charts. I know I've been bullish recently. I think it really is the way to go about things right now. The fear and greed index is still at extreme fear. I do think that, guys, this is just the bottoming process that we're witnessing. We're going to see bases form on all of these charts. And you actually come over here to aapl. And guys, you have a pretty sexy setup. I wanted to ladder into aapl calls for November 17. I think that's a move. You come over here to IWM. I also think that is a move. I think IWM's chart is looking pretty good. You have a bullish divergence here on your daily RSI. You had a hammer yesterday with high volume, just like you did over here on DIA. And if you have follow through today, if you get a close above the high of yesterday, which was 171.61, and that could confirm that we're about to be getting a recovery over here on IWM. And guys, honestly, I would argue that this was the top of the last leg down here, and that means you're going to come up pretty high here. And it, like, even without this fib here with the golden pocket starting at 183, you still do have this horizontal support that was here, and you very much so can run back up and hit that. And honestly, guys, 5 trading sessions ago, we were all the way up here at almost 180 at 179. So I do think it's likely that this thing sees a bit of recovery here. And I also want to point out, what was I seeing? Maybe it was on an individual ticker. By the way, I want to point this out right now. Who knew 2 weeks ago? We were calling this out when NVIDIA came down here to the support, guys. We were calling this out, and then we watched for it to break above 421. Who knew the best move the past, 2 weeks was just to go long. NVIDIA calls, October 20 expiration or November expiration. You would have just doubled your money, while SPY, QQ, all the indexes, everything else just kind of went completely flat. You did have Tesla making a comeback over here as well. But NVIDIA bottomed before everything right on this support and just kept going up. Guys, if you've been paying attention on the channel, we were talking about NVIDIA over here. Once we got the move up here into 435 to 440, we stopped talking about it. But it's still looking good in my personal opinion. But guys, I do think we have bullish setups across the board. All right, ugly double bottom setups. You have ES making it all the way down here to the 200 DMA. It didn't exactly hit that, but you got within probably 0.05% here. Okay, we'll call it 0.15% there. That's pretty close. You had buyers step in. If you do end up going down there, I do suspect, sorry about that. Sure, that is very loud. I do suspect buyers are going to be stepping in there at that 200 DMA. So that is what I really would be paying attention to. And as you guys see on my SPY chart, I don't have it on my ES chart, but you have the 200 DMA down there at 419, 419.55 now. And then right under there, you're going to have where you broke out from on the weekly time frame. So guys, this is just going to be a classic break and retest. I do want to note that, well, now it's not, but the weekly RSI over here on DIA earlier was actually in the 30s, which is not the best. And then IWM's is all the way down at 38 right now. So guys, even if we fall a little more, you're going to put in a major bottom. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we are going to get a bounce sooner rather than later over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I do think, SPY, you're probably going to have a full-on retracement here. So if it's not going to be a complete reversal and you don't take out these highs, you're still probably going to make your way back up here to 440. And, you know, we had support right here, 44275, I think it was. Yeah, that was the low of this candlestick. So we could very easily backtest that level. We just have to break through this zone right here, 433 to 431. But in the meantime, guys, I would be paying attention to QQ. It is looking stronger than everything else, in my personal opinion. All right, IWM, I think this is probably, you know, best risk reward going on right now. You have weekly trendline support going on here. Come down here. All right, you had support there, but you also have this going on right here, the bottom of that candlestick. All right, so you have that support to pay attention to. You have a bullish divergence here on the daily RSI. Honestly, all of these look good to me, guys. 2 to 3 weeks out, nothing has changed. You come over here to VIX, guys, you have a bearish divergence going on. This peak is lower than that peak on the RSI, even though it's higher. And guess what, guys? You just came up, you stalled out at 2005 resistance, and you did exactly what we were looking for to happen. All right, and now you have something else that's bearish. You have this bearish divergence. So I do think VIX is probably going to cool off, and as that happens, you're going to probably see these things start to take off. And if QQ does break above 362.95, you're watching for 369 to come into play. That is pretty much it. That's all I got for you. If we have some crazy upside coming in hot, watch 431 to 433 on SPY. On QQ, you're watching 369. But you're watching this level first, this white level, 362.95, then 369. Over here on IWM, I do think we're probably going to come back up here where we were 5 trading sessions ago, back up to almost 180. You have a gap right here at 179.82. That could be a target as well. Either way, I think we're probably going to at least come up here and push 174, 175 within the coming trading sessions, all right? With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.